What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a new episode here in the After Hours podcast. We got a very special one for you because, as you can see, we have yet another friendly neighborhood octopi joining us. We got DyslexicOctopi, and as always, my lovely co-host Schmidtty32, ready to bring you all the things and the stuffs in the best way. I saw that.
No, you didn't.
But before we get going, let's go ahead and meet everyone on your podcast tonight. Schmidtty32, go ahead and start us off, man. Who are you for all the first-time viewers out there?
Hey, welcome on in. Hope you're all doing well. I'm Schmidtty32 over here, a variety charity streamer. Always have some charity work going on, doing something. Right now, the American Diabetes Association, we're raising some money for this month. We're a variety streamer, but we do focus a lot on Diablo content. We do focus on New World content, and every once in a while, whatever game MrJ feels like he wants me to carry him in. We're a positivity channel, feel good channel. We're a safe place, man. We just want you to come in, have a good time. Don't care about, the quantity of time, but quality of time. And you can find me on twitch.tv/Schmidtty32.
Excellent. Dyslexic, take off.
DyslexicOctopi. Yeah, I stream sometimes. Play a lot of games with a couple of these people. Yeah, one more than the other, but that's okay. Not everybody can grind Diablo like Schmidtty. Just doesn't.
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that even if he's going to. My name is MrJ Gilbert. I'm a teacher by day, streamer by night. I usually stream a lot of community-style games, so I get to play with you, the viewers, the chat members. I play, again, wide variety of games, and every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, go ahead and join me, and let's play some games together. All right, gentlemen. This is the first time we have three people. I don't even know where to start. Like, is this like
this is the second time. If you
panel?
already forgot about
yeah.
The guy that I can't remember the name of.
This is like a panel.
Apparently, I forgot.
Now. It's like a panel discussion. But our first segment that I would like to start with is what's on your mind. So, who would like to start off? What's on your mind, guys? Don't all speak at once.
Well, I guess I'll go. Well,
Yeah,
I was looking at Dyslexic. I was like, what's going on, dude? I just been trying to feel this one out. So to help me remember, I did kind of post this, and you guys probably saw on the little sheet. So I watch lately been doing like some gym influencers, stuff like that, and lately apparently a hot topic has been recording in gyms. Kind of like hazing people, or recording people doing bad form, and they're like posting it on there, like, look at this chump over here and just how rude it is. And some gyms are actually starting to not allow recording at all, and starting to shut some of that down. And there's been a lot of times where it's like, if I saw, especially it's happened with a lot of young women where they're undressing down to practically nothing and then wonder why people are staring at them. And I'm like, if I see someone over there, I mean, male or female, if they're starting to strip down to their skivvies and I see like lights on them and a camera, I might glance for a second or two being like, what the fuck are they doing, man? Mm-hmm. And then you get labeled a gym creep and all this other shit. And I don't know. I've been seeing more and more about that lately. And it's just something, it's kind of been on my mind lately. I guess I'm okay not having cameras in the gym like that, or at least outside of the gym security cameras where, for, again, safety reasons. But people doing personal recording in gym, I don't think the public area is quite the place for that.
And I don't know if this kind of falls under like the same thing, but I feel like a lot of the times when people are recording like that or like calling out like gym creeps or whatever, it's literally like people online now are so rude on social media that they literally like do it on purpose. So like they record in hopes that they get some gym creep, so then they can make it on social media, right? So they can get this big like wave. It's like, and then we have created a monster of social media.
The crazy thing there too is like, they'll be on like the abducting machines or doing squats with it focused in like point blank right on their asshole, and then get mad for somebody looking, when it's like you are literally posting this online for potentially, I mean, hundreds, thousands, millions of people to see. Like, is it really a problem?
So is it not weird that is it not weird that I go full hood, sunglasses, like while I'm at the gym? Is that weird?
Oh, I've seen some really fun, like kind of slapbacks where some women try to set like a guy up and he'll just like pull his shirt over his head. There was actually, it's happened twice now, where 2 blind men were kicked out of gyms for apparently staring at someone uncomfortably, and they're like, I literally am blind. But they were like, well, still don't stare at me, it makes me uncomfortable. And it's like, I'm blind, here's my blind card from the state we live in. Like, this, I can't, I have my cane literally like folded up in my lap. But he got kicked out of the gym. Actually, 2 blind people have been kicked out of the gym recently for apparently staring at people who are that while they're blind, they can't see them. But
Yeah.
I guess.
Wow.
So that's kind of what's been on my mind lately, is just kind of like, yeah, maybe not the place for that, especially in the locker room, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, they've been talking about maybe having like an influencer gym, or like having a gym where you go
Specifically
and like it's part
for-
of the
yeah.
contract where you sign that, like, you know, people have consent to, like, if you end up in the background of a video, like,
You're in there.
yeah, you consented to that.
Yeah.
I think they already have that, right? So that the Iron Forge gym from
There's
Miskiff.
something, yeah.
I think
I
he
don't know. As
just
I said,
opened
I'm
that
just kind
last
of
week or
delving
week
into
before.
this a little
Yeah.
bit, but there's been I've been hearing a bit of talk about how if there isn't a place like that, how there probably should be
Right.
a place like that.
Yep.
Right.
That's what's on my mind.
Dyslexic, what about you? What's on your mind?
Like he was saying, like I'm pretty sure I saw that the Iron Forge gym opened up, and yeah, that's, you know, kind of garnered for normal people, but you have all these streamers that are going to it from the area, right? So you are going to be on camera, and I think you just kind of have to be comfortable with that. But I totally see, like, from an average Joe standpoint, like, yeah, I don't want to be in the background of somebody's video that gets thrown up on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right. I don't really care one way or another if they do or
Especially
if they don't.
like
but the overall culture around that. Yeah.
You know, it's just that's not called for, man. That's rude. In the words of Joey Swall, do better.
That's right.
Just do better.
Well, they ban him or not, though, is whatever to me.
Yeah,
I just think, yeah, exactly like you were saying. It's just, you change personality, make it not okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't feed that content.
That's not cool, but you can, you know, look at anything you want on my OnlyFans for $5.99 a month.
Heyo.
That's right.
You know, how dare you look at me for 2 seconds in the gym, but here's a fucking close up of my coochie.
Right. My secret socials.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but you pay for that one. You pay for that one.
But you can get a preview on Schmidtty's Instagram.
So do
true.
we just have to start bringing ones to the gym now? Is this what's going on?
Yes.
I think we
And
should.
then it will be acceptable. Then it'll be
Actually, here's what we
acceptable.
should do. We should all bring a tip. We should all bring a tip jar and just put it out on the floor in front of us while we're working out.
Yes.
That's what we gotta do. We should have a
I
tip
like
jar
that.
out there.
I like that.
Just cut out the middleman. OnlyFans takes no cut. Just...
Yeah, right. IRL.
Yep.
OnlyFans IRL.
Yep. But man, so hey, what's on my mind, Schmidtty? You're gonna like this topic, okay? And you're gonna like it for the conversation piece. But so in school, right? Because I teach 5th grade, we're doing like a research-based writing, right? Where they have to find research, use evidence to like formulate like an argument type of thing either way. One of the topics has kind of been like interesting to me that I'm like, what should we do? One of the topics is, should we in this current like state right now, focus on underwater exploration or space exploration? Like, where should we put more funding? And like, as of right now, and then our current society right now, should we do more underwater or space exploration? So I've had kids are going either way, you know, like they want to do space, they want to do underwater, blah, blah, blah. My personal thoughts, and then you guys can chime in with what you think. I think we should go underwater first, because we've been living on this earth for hundreds and hundreds of years. We don't even know what's in the bottom of our ocean, how deep that ocean gets, right, or how far we even go down there. Like, who knows what's down there? And how are we not going to know what's on our own Earth before going off Earth to figure out what's in the endless space that keeps getting bigger, that we'll never actually see what's out there, but yet we have the ocean that does have a bottom. We just haven't got there yet.
I think at the end of the day, if you're looking at like the most pivotal place to go, I would say space exploration, because, you know, eventually the sun is going to die, and granted,
Right.
it's not going to be for like 2 billion, 3 billion years from now, but eventually, like terrestrial, we will not be able to be here. And I think the sun will even like encompass, like come out far enough where I don't even think like, let's say you decide to build underwater cities. Like I think the sun is planned to like completely like absorb us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not going to happen. So it's like from a like a species standpoint, I do feel like we should focus a lot on space. But then at the same point, at least with the technology we have right now, I was actually just reading some articles about how like interstellar travel and colonization is pretty much like impossible when you
Right.
really look at just the sheer scale, where just the amount of energy you would need to go even to 99.99% the speed of light. I mean, you'd have to have ridiculous energy. And let's say, even you reach the speed of light, it'll still take like 4 years to reach the closest star. I mean, and you're going to end up traveling for hundreds, thousands of years. It's going to be like a generational spaceship.
Uh-huh.
And even then unless there's some crazy wormhole or some sci-fi shit going on that we finally figure out, like there's absolutely no leaving our galaxy.
Right.
But to kind of go on that, it's like, the edge of the universe, that light has been coming our way for like 13.5 billion years or something, but that's where that light originated from. So that means from that point, it has had 13.9 billion years to expand past that. So it's like, yeah, it's
So that kind of,
ridiculous to think of the sheer scale, dude. It's just like,
but and that,
who
so that
knows
kind
what
of
else is
like,
fucking out
that kind of like feeds my point though. Like,
Yeah.
why are we trying to focus on going to the space when it's literally infinite and we can go anywhere at any time? And then what you said, it takes so many years just to go anywhere substantial. Why not
Right.
focus on underwater where it's actually
But-
in our Earth, where we can actually physically be here,
But to get
It's
into
my
that,
house.
like,
You get out of my house. You get off my lawn.
but to get into that, like, space exploration, like some of the like elements or some discoveries of science and physics that we discover while traveling through space might be exactly what we need to advance ourselves. The undiscovered minerals, I don't think there's going to be anything at the bottom of the ocean that is really going to help us advance scientifically,
Mhm.
find new materials, new conductors, new metals. Like who knows what else is out there.
Right.
And so I think, again, for the continuation of stuff, I feel like there's a lot more to learn through outer space
Sure.
than there is at the like bottom of the ocean. Now there's going to be a lot of cool shit down there, but I don't think it's going to be anything in comparison to what is potential to discover and advance ourselves as there would be in space.
Are you
And
saying
it's kind of exciting. We're going back to the moon for the first time in
Are you saying
forever.
Aquaman
Oh, yeah.
can't advance our nation?
No.
Fuck Aquaman. Aquaman wears his padded suit to have fake muscles, dude. I don't believe in him anymore. I don't
But
believe
yeah,
in him
I
anymore.
agree with you, Schmidtty. I think like there is nothing like, even if we turn around everything that we've done to screw up this planet, it is finite regardless, right? That unless we somehow manage to turn the planet into a rocket ship, right? Like there's just nothing we can do about it. It will eventually end. So like colonies in space are going to be the future if we want to keep going.
I mean, the only thing that I could see there is let's, again, hypothetically speaking, what if as the sun was expanding and dying and doing all of that, what if again, since this is billions of years from now, we as a society or species had advanced enough to actually like start sucking in and like harnessing that energy so it wouldn't grow, the star wouldn't grow as big, but over the next like million, hundreds of millions, or like billion years as it's kind of expanding and then going back before it reaches its white dwarf, what if we were able to like have something out there that could absorb that energy, kind of keep the sun about the same size, and then eventually, or then not eventually, but then we could then in turn like use that energy that we are absorbing from the sun as it's dying. Like that would be kind of cool.
Right.
And that I could see maybe a way where Earth could possibly survive that. But again, once everything's all said and done, it's going to get so cold we would have to like tunnel into the planet.
Right.
And we all know it's hollow, so
Then
With
we're
dinosaurs,
then we're
King
invading more
Kong,
into Dyslexic's turf.
That's right.
the
Wait.
Kraken.
Hold on.
But
But
Excellent,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
man. That's we're on borrowed time, bud.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not gonna be anything in our lifetime,
Sure.
but yeah. I mean, I would love to see some Star Wars type shit happen. You know.
Come on, Elon Musk.
Right?
Get on it.
Oof,
Try
I'm
harder.
sure he is.
Yeah. All right, let's get some discussion topics. I'm excited to talk about this one.
But of
I hate
course
it
you
here.
are.
I'm excited to talk about this first one, guys. Oh man, NFL over the weekend is the championship round for the NFC, AFC, and going to Super Bowl is a drum roll, please. The Chiefs defeated the Ravens, and the San Francisco 49ers defeated the Lions. It will be a Chiefs-Niners rematch, basically a rematch of Super Bowl 49, no, 50, whatever it was in 2019.
You're the expert.
Yeah, I
man.
can't
Come
remember.
on,
I
come
can't remember what
on.
the Super Bowl was.
I
But
just know
was a
it's
Super
a
Bowl
red team
2019.
versus a red team. I'm not even going to be able to tell what's going on.
We're wearing white, okay? We're wearing white jerseys. They're wearing red jerseys. Easy. Okay.
Hey, the only reason you guys won is because of Taylor Swift and it's rigged. Okay,
True.
How did
That's
that
right.
help us?
let's be honest.
How did that help
Because
us?
now Swift is going to the Super Bowl.
That's
Taylor
the
Swift
Chiefs.
is going to win the Super Bowl.
That has nothing to do with us winning. That's the Chiefs
that's
winning.
right, it's-
She just sees a red jersey, man.
I literally just got done saying red team, dude. I don't know who Travis Kelce. I'm a Jason Kelce guy. Okay, I could give a shit less.
You should definitely know that his brother's on the Chiefs.
No, I don't. No, he's dead to me. Travis is dead to me.
Unbelievable.
All right, let's just scrub that from the podcast. Let's just
Dude,
do
I
it.
am kind of worried though that like the NFL has had it in for like the Swiftie and get in there that like they're gonna win the Super Bowl just because of Taylor Swift.
I hope so.
No,
that's
stop
really
it.
do.
You shut your
Theory.
face.
I really do.
The Niners are winning, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be honest.
See, okay, but you
I
couldn't
have to
tell
go
me
for
that
the
you
Niners
weren't
now.
crying
I'm
in a
fucking
corner
Mahomes,
at
dude.
halftime.
So we have a couple of ours that are really the Niners fans as well. They usually come over for every Niners game. At halftime, we literally started playing a board game because we couldn't watch anymore. It's like we still had the game on, but like we muted the TV, like it was just on, and we just started playing a board game because we're like, is this how it's gonna happen? Like I don't want to
So
spend
they
the
do better when you're not watching.
yeah, right. Like I don't want to
So
spend
will
the
you watch
whole
the
night
Super Bowl,
pissed.
then?
So we started playing a board game to like get in a better
Yeah.
mood.
Yeah,
But then
for
they
sure.
started coming back, and we're all like, "Dude, stop! Don't watch, keep playing. Don't watch, keep playing." They were coming back as we were playing the board game.
Getting superstitious.
Yes,
Love
100%. Because I have full control of the team, so that's why
Yes.
Could you imagine though being a Lions fan, being like, not only is this, I think, the second time you've made it to an NFC championship and lost,
But be
but
up
you
like that.
now,
Yeah.
I think what the Niners now officially have the biggest comeback and win in a NFC or championship
Yeah.
game. So it's like not only did your team lose and blow it, but they blew the largest point deficit
Yep.
in NFL history, or at least the playoffs or postseason.
I mean,
So it's
when
like,
you're
that's gotta suck, dude. That's gotta suck. So
when you're
bad.
good
I
like the
wanted
Niners,
Lions
it
so
makes
bad.
sense. When you're good like the Niners, it
God.
makes sense.
I hate it. And then just because I hate Kansas City, I will go for the Niners. But I'm not going to be happy about it. I came home.
our
And I was
time.
out, dude. I was so sad when I came home. You could ask Dog about. I came right to the game room, and I was just like, I'm going to fucking play some games, dude. I can't. I just don't even want to talk to anyone right now, dude.
It's our time to win.
Ravens
Our
lost,
time.
Lions lost, and I'm just like, this Super Bowl is bullshit.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Absolute bullshit.
But hey, you being an
But
Eagles
you guys
fan,
finished the championship with a quarterback, so congratulations. I'm proud of you. Good
I
job,
know.
Purdy.
Now I hope we take Mahomes out in the Super Bowl. Like this is what it feels like,
fingers crossed.
jerks.
Fingers crossed.
But
Yeah, there's been some things going on with the Eagles. lately.
right. What's the Eagle? Are the Eagles cleaning house or what? Tell me about it.
Pretty much after the season ended, yeah, they fired both offensive and defensive coordinators. We went through 2 defensive coordinators this season. And fired like the lineman coach. Sirianni got to keep his job, at least for now. So he must have sweet talked Lori, gave him a little something behind something.
Yeah.
Keep him in there. But it looks like officially, I think as of this morning, either last night or this morning, we hired Vic Fangio, who was the defensive coordinator from Miami. And it looks like I forget the exact lineman coach, but they're like sounds like there's a certain lineman coach that's been working with Vic for a long time in Chicago that they're going to finally, it looks like, maybe end up. And with the offensive coordinator, it's not official yet, but it looks like the former Arizona head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, might be taking over as the new offensive coordinator. And that kind of like really ties along with what we talked about all season. Where you're like, dude, what's going on with the Eagles, man? Like you have everything there. Like, why the fuck can't you pull it together? And we wondered if it was like coaching. And I honestly believe that's where the disconnect, was.
I mean, both of those hires, Fangio's a well-known defensive mind, because he used to be on the Broncos. And Kingsbury, like, he was a good college coach, didn't really pan out very much in Arizona, but
like, and it sounds like we even fired our quarterback coach, so it looks like we're going to be getting a new one of them too. So it looks like they were really cleaning some house. We got head coach got to keep his job, but it looks like a lot of the other positions got axed, and we're still waiting to see if Jason Kelce will come back for one more year.
He should just sign with the Chiefs for 1 year.
No. That's what Dog Mom was showing
play with
me
his
one
brother.
day. It was like, oh, he's going to come out of retirement to play with the Chiefs. I'm like, I can't see him doing that. No. And even an article I was reading today, he was like, even if I don't come back and play football, he's like, I want to be a part of the Eagles organization. Yeah. He's like, I love this fucking town. I love this team. And so I think if he doesn't play, I think he'll have some sort of like coaching or
lineman coach,
some role like that.
So yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah.
But he said he definitely, once he does retire, definitely wants to stay active in the in Philadelphia Eagles football team.
Right. Nice.
So that's cool.
And Dyslexic's like, yay, sports ball.
Sports ball. The Vikings will screw it up again next year. Let's go.
Wait, they still have a team?
They usually do.
Wow. You know what?
Are they moving to South Dakota?
I'm calling crit.
I thought it was just a practice squad, really, but fine.
Ooh.
All right, gentlemen.
Can't wait for you to lose.
I used to bounce at a bar with somebody who actually played on the Patriots practice squad.
Yeah.
Back in like the 2000s when like Brady and like all of that. I have never seen a dude just be able to like grab someone from the back of the chair, pick him up with one hand, and just carry him out of the bar. Shit. I'm not intimidated by many men, but he was a fucking beast.
Right.
Beast. Do you think Belichick's going to find a job this next season?
No. I just think he stays retired. It's like, I was thinking, who was I saying? I remember who I was saying this to. I think my buddy was a Chiefs fan. Like, Andy Reid should coach the Chiefs for as long as Mahomes and Kelce is there, and then just retire once they're done or whatever. Because it's like, why would you have that kind of dynasty, right? And then go like what Belichick. Belichick stayed around even after Tom Brady left, and the Patriots have been garbage for the last like 2 or 3 years. It's like Andy Reid, the same thing. Once Mahomes and Kelce leave or like retire or whatever, like just retire yourself, dude. Don't try to continue your legacy. You've already gotten multiple Super Bowls. You're already going to go down the Hall of Fame.
Not with the Eagles.
I know.
Because I'm just like, when you're talking about that, it was like as soon as McNabb and like Westbrook, Terrell Owens, God, who else was there, man? But like, once like our main quarterback and all
was that,
of them, like
was that LaShawn McCoy or did LaShawn McCoy come later?
Oh yeah, we had LaShawn. Dude, Philadelphia, I feel like we have like new running backs every season. Seriously, Westbrook was the last one I remember really sticking around for more than a year or two, and it just feels like our backfield has just been a repeating door, rotating door.
Well, tonight, gentlemen, we're gonna be jumping into some New World mutated dungeons.
Yeah,
we got a couple mutated dungeons on the docket tonight. Empyrean Forge and Starstone Burrows. Schmidtty, which one we running tonight?
It looks like we're gonna be. Well, it sounds like the one you want to do. I've already done a Starstone tonight. Just saying. But it sounds like we're gonna be running at least an Empyrean Forge or two, and it looks like those will be Varangians enemies, so there will be human type. And they don't really have much going on with them, but they are they are weak to slash. And it's just a 20%, and that's it. So slash weapons work the best. We're looking at axes, swords, hatchets, rapiers, and that will be the best in slot. There's really no other weaknesses to like lightning, fire,
Mhm.
arcane, anything like that. So literally just whatever gems you feel like running. With an
Sweet.
axe, sword, hatchet, or rapier, dude. And this nature is mutated, or the mutated is nature this week. So we will be running with amber gems. But with my experience, there's even with the mutated, like I'm debating whether or not even to keep like maybe half fire gems in there. With,
Yeah, on it,
for
or
that
full fire.
damage.
Yeah, yeah.
There
'Cause
is
most
a
of those
necklace
bosses
I
are
saw
flame, right?
Mhm.
yeah. Well, and it's like they do a lot of like in the final boss, like
The
the whole
final one,
floor
yeah.
lights up, there's a whole flaming. And
Mhm.
so I think half of the damage the enemies do, I think will be, turned into nature damage. But as far as those like traps like that, I believe that's all still fire. I don't think that cuts to half nature as well. So it's like is this gonna be like when we were doing the what the Eternal Frost or like that ice one? The
Yep.
Glacial Tarn,
Yep.
and it was like okay, we have like
Should we run ice? Yeah.
yeah, it was like we have this on, but this ice is just fucking
Uh-huh.
killing us, dude. So we do
Yeah.
ice gems on there. So I did see that there was a necklace I think you can get to drop from there that actually some necklaces do add like a 15% resistance to certain elements. And there is
Good.
one I think in this run that can
Ah.
drop. So I think that's what's going to end up being really important, especially for the, tier 3. I mean, tier 2, you got a little wiggle room, yeah, but tier 3, I think you're definitely going to not only have like those amulets on for those specific type of traps through the expeditions,
Mhm.
but yeah, also have what the kind of element is for that particular mutated that week as well. I think that'll be the best way of going about it. So I started
Nice.
looking at some of that today.
Dyslexic, what's the other mutated dungeon we got going on tonight?
The Starstone Burrows.
Yeah.
I didn't look it up. I'm not.
I was trying to put you on the spot there.
But if we're doing that one right, it's ancients. So lightning for the ancients to deal more damage,
The most,
and then they're
damage, yeah.
dealing fire damage. It looks like so. Fire gem rubies.
Nice. Yeah, I've never actually
Honestly,
beaten.
I would just rock the fire ones if you're trying to do both.
That's true. Yeah,
I was gonna say that's great when it's like the expedition is just all one one
Mhm.
type of enemy, because the
Mhm.
ancient they are 20% weak to strike, so you can use your warhammers on there, and then a
Okay.
30% damage boost with lightning. So it's like you get a 20% boost with the warhammer. You throw a lightning gem on there that adds another 30%, so that adds 50% damage to Starstone Burrows. If you're running a DPS in that expedition, there's no reason you should not have a warhammer with a lightning gem on there today.
Right. Yeah, so I really kind of want to run Imperium Forge because I've done it like 3 or 4 times and I still have yet to actually beat it. We get stuck on that final boss.
That's fair.
Any of the times
right.
that I ran it, we can't get past that final boss. We just keep dying, and we're just like, okay, let's just call it. We've already been at this for 45 minutes. So
You keep dying.
You shut your face.
Yes.
Maybe if I had a healer that could keep me alive, you know?
If you learned how to roll.
So again, we could do Starstone tonight, but I really want to finally beat.
I'm all ready
on
for
Empyrean,
Empyrean. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I actually need to run an Empyrean for the Blood Drinker artifact
Sure.
ring that I'm running with right now. It's the last thing I have to do before I can level it up completely. There's a boss in there I have to defeat once. So I definitely want to run Empyrean tonight.
Nice. Yep. So that's what we'll start
And
with.
hopefully, since it's Tuesday, we can actually find people that want to
Right.
play.
Right.
And you're not allowed to tank, Mr. J.
You stop it. I last minute tried to tank for us, and I was still in light gear, I believe, trying to tank.
A flail.
I didn't have.
Come on, bro.
I'm done. See how I try to help them out, and they just tear me down regardless.
100%. It makes me feel better about myself.
You know what? Speaking of getting torn down, I can't wait to tear down this next topic. Diablo 4. Dead game.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Suicide Squad.
Oh, no, we're getting there. But
I know.
Diablo 4 dead game. But
maybe.
Schmidtty, you got the more expertise right now. Dyslexic, I don't know. Have you been playing any of the new season?
I haven't played it, but my friends have been enjoying it. It just took them a while to figure out what to do.
Okay.
But Microsoft, they just laid off like 1,900 people, man.
Is that because of
some of those did? No,
because of Diablo's doing bad or what?
You know, this isn't the only game studio that's been having kind of some downsizing going on. I did link to that article right there, but it basically was outlining that, through all of COVID and the COVID hires, and it was just like how much more people you needed to work on stuff when it was all these people working from home with less powerful equipment, and
Right.
things just took longer to get done. And so you had to have a broader workforce to, try to get these games out on time when all that was going on. And it sounds like that a lot of these companies are starting to kind of downsize again, since everything's kind of going back to normal. But I do think that, some of these gaming budgets are absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
so, season 3 of Diablo was not received very well at all, including, I think I told you last week or something, or I don't know, after like 2 days, I'm like, I'm bored.
Right.
I just,
Right. But
there's
they
only so much that you can, like that same, it was just the same thing over and over again. And I'm just like, seasons are supposed to have new fun mechanics that want to keep you to go in there and play. But the
You
new
said they did a
pets
new
that
patch,
they got,
right?
which, yep, they did. I think it just went live yesterday. Diablo's been in like full panic mode, going through and updating things. So they did have a big patch that came through to really help increase leveling up that new pet on there. And they basically like buffed a lot of skills, buffed a lot of classes, some of the more annoying mechanics, with like suppression and some of these other kind of immobilizing things that enemies could do, or like vampiric powers, where an enemy could hit you and in that one hit get like 40% of their life back, and on the harder dungeons
Ooh.
just almost became impossible
right.
to kill some of these things, because if you got hit once, it was like, boom, okay, they're back at full health. That sucks, and people weren't really enjoying that. So they kind of nerfed some things, they buffed some things, and it's been received a lot better at the moment. I actually played for an hour or two the other night, playing with my new kind of meteor fire build, and I've been enjoying the changes that they've made so far. But speaking of Blizzard and Diablo specifically, with those layoffs, part of it was the CEO of Blizzard.
Mhm.
Now, whether he stepped down or got forced to step down,
Right,
or whether
right,
he was part of
right.
like,
Right.
like CEOs, it's like they never get fired. They're allowed to be like, I'm gonna resign,
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, the one of the main guys who had been in Blizzard literally since its inception, and then the CEO, Yaba, or I forget his name, Yabara.
Sure.
But they stepped down, and apparently as of yesterday, the former Call of Duty general manager, Johanna Ferries, has been now the new Blizzard CEO.
So now
And
we're
all
gonna
we
get
know
a
so far is she put a tweet or said something out there that she's like, I like Diablo 4.
so now we're gonna get a new Diablo game every day or every year.
Yeah. And
Yes,
it'll
for
be
$100.
completely innovative
$100.
Yeah.
and different from the previous ones in
If
every way.
it's
Every
Call of
time.
Duty general manager, we're getting a new Diablo game every year now.
That's I was gonna make that joke too, where it was like they're just gonna, like basically same skins, same everything, same fucking game every year for the same price.
Just
Why
change the
not?
color, I think, right?
Why not?
Yeah, right. They'll go from like beige to, or like to a different, like eggshell to beige.
Yep.
Yep.
I do
But-
hear good things about the WASD movement change though, which also
Yep.
makes me excited for Path of
With the
Exile.
patch that just came out, it's
Mhm.
been generally well received. They were like, we needed this, but I think it's too little too late for the season.
Yeah.
Some of the main problems like inventory and itemization and searching, some of these things that we've been asking for literally since day one, they've been saying
Yeah.
are implemented in season 4.
That are
So a lot of
basic
people got discouraged
things.
and they're just it's like, why would you not have this at launch?
Right.
Like if the previous game has these things and it's functional and people like it, why would you not add it into the?
Because they don't have any. Yeah, well, they don't have any new ideas. Probably.
The story, I have enjoyed not only the main campaign in the Diablo 4 story, but the new campaign with this season I did enjoy as well.
Okay.
The story's good.
Okay.
So there is actual stories under these. It's not just go here, kill mob.
Chill.
That's slightly different
button, tell things
for
die.
new resource. Okay.
Yep. No,
That's good.
there's that, and actually like from Diablo 1, 2, 3, and 4, the lore behind everything there is actually like a very in-depth story of stuff going on.
Okay,
Cool.
that's
Yeah.
at least a positive anyway.
Because I know
So-
Destiny 2 for me was kind of the same. Like they implemented the seasons, and it was just it'll be a new activity, but you'll still be forced to do it at least once a week every week, and it's like, oh, okay, well I'm over this really quick.
Mhm.
Like,
The
so-
thing with Destiny that I really hated is it was like you could do like 3 runs a week or something. It's
Yeah.
like, why would you cap that? If I want to sit there and farm it over and over again, if I have the time to do that, the energy, why won't you let me do that?
Yep.
I thought that was so stupid. It was like I'd get everything done on Tuesday and then I wouldn't play it again.
Yeah.
I'd play it for like 5 hours every Tuesday when the new raids and nightfall.
Night falls, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I was like,
especially
I
if it was
forget what
only
it's called.
3, like how New World has. They have it at what, 25 a week?
Yeah.
Which 25 a week does seem like a good high enough number
That's
that
a
I've done,
lot.
like-
Yeah,
I think I've done
That's a
10
lot.
tops. Man, I might
Right,
have done
so-
10 or 12.
but having
they're
only
not even
3,
close
like
to
yeah,
it.
that you're gonna blow through that in one night probably.
I mean, now, even if you do fail and quit out, that does count as one of your things. So I suppose you could just rage quit
Okay.
25 times and then be fucked.
Yeah.
but,
True.
yeah.
you know, to each their own.
Yeah.
We'll test it tonight.
Yeah.
Let's go. Guys, so I found this little article. I know we all like RPGs, right? RPG
Sure.
style games. And I found this. It's kind of, as of right now, according to Game Informer, the top 10 RPGs to play right now. Right? And kind of want to get you guys' thoughts on some of these games. Number 1 is obviously Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the hottest RPG right now. Is it still classified as an RPG? Like,
Oh yeah.
I feel like Baldur's
yeah.
Gate 3 is like its own style of game.
It's
No,
turn-based RPG.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
going to say that's very, I think that is more of an RPG than a lot of the RPGs
Okay.
out.
Okay.
True.
Yep. Next on the list, Sea of Stars. I've never heard of that game.
Yeah. I've not heard of that
it,
either.
but I have not played it. But yeah, it's supposed to be very good.
Looks like a living homage to Chrono Trigger and Super Mario RPG, 2 games of which I've never played.
I did play Chrono Trigger back in the day. I actually had an emulator on my computer that
You guys never played
Chrono
Super
Trigger.
Mario RPG?
No.
I never played it.
Are we
I'm too
supposed
old for that.
Oh my god.
Are we supposed to?
Too old for that.
What about Tales of Arise?
I was like in college by the time like Super Mario Bros came out on Super Nintendo, bro. Like what is
Yeah.
it? What system was that on the Mario RPG?
Atari,
SNES.
probably.
It was a Super
it?
Nintendo. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I guess yeah, never played it. Weird,
Probably Atari, I'm guessing.
right?
What about the Tales of Arise? I've never even played or know anything about these games either.
Never even heard
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
This one I know all about. The Final Fantasy VII remake, the remake of the Final Fantasy
that
games.
game.
Oh, you stop that! You shut your face.
You know, I have never played a Final Fantasy game.
Any of them?
Not a single one.
Oh my gosh! So 7 and 10 are my favorite. 12 was good, and I enjoyed 15, but 15 is a little bit different. Like it's all open world, and it's a different style of like the kind of new age style of Final Fantasy. But I really wish I would have got into like Final Fantasy 11 or 14 online, only because I love the Final Fantasy franchise, but I never did those MMOs. I kind of wish I would have.
Yeah.
Isn't-
The
isn't
online was
7
okay.
Isn't 7 like the like undisputed best
Yep.
Final Fantasy to ever
Yeah.
come out?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
I rode chocobos in it. That's the most I played. I did chocobo
You know,
racing.
Oh,
That's
I
That's
just
so
have
good.
never been much into turn-based games, so it's like
yeah.
I remember a friend of mine let me borrow. I don't remember exactly what Final Fantasy it was, but I played it for 5 minutes, and I was like, this turn-based shit it was not my
Yeah.
style.
Yep.
I just didn't play it.
Yeah, it's live action now, so it's action based now. But yeah, it used to be turn based.
Right. Now, if it was like, like a Devil May, or kind of like a Devil May Cry now,
yeah.
or it's like live action. 'cause
That's
it's
kinda
like
like the way
if it's
it
like a
is.
So
Devil May
yeah, so
Cry,
you like the remake then,
and I
for
would
sure.
fucking love it, dude.
Yeah.
I love Devil May
Yeah,
Cry.
so, yeah, like-
Blood Omen and games like that are
Yeah, like
great.
Dyslexic said, the Final Fantasy remakes now, the 7 remakes, are like Devil May Cry. Like they're this similar live action gameplay like that. You're kind of
Oh,
moving
to
around.
throw it
and
out there
whatnot.
while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
The Dead Space remake
Okay.
is on sale on Steam till I think
Ooh.
February 6th for like $25 or
Heck yeah.
something.
Okay.
So FYI, I'm probably gonna end up buying it and
Are
playing
you-
that like this next fall or something.
Did you play the first one?
Oh yeah, I've played all the
Oh,
Dead
okay.
Spaces. I fucking love them, dude.
Are you a
But
Dead
the
Space main?
remaster, I mean, no. I don't think I'm a main of anything anymore. I give up. I'm getting just as bad as you, man. I just never know what to play.
Yes.
True. We
Did-
did finally get him through Remnant though.
Yeah. Off stream.
On Friday.
Attaboy.
Friday? Yeah.
One of the next games here, I've never played it, but I've heard great things about like story wise. Disco Elysium.
You know,
Same.
I actually have this game.
Really?
One of my friends gifted it to me a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I've played, yeah, there's some interesting choices to be had
Right.
in there. It can get dark fast.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I just never played it. Another one, it's not
I have
on.
to play through that sometimes.
It's not on here,
I
but
like-
the Plague's Tale games, Plague's Tale Innocence
Oh,
and Requiem.
Oh yeah,
I kind of want to always play those too. I heard those are great
the
stories.
PC melters.
Yep.
I like how the opening to that is that not only is it combat free, but also offers complex world and intriguing narrative. And then it has in the screenshot somebody shooting what looks like a pistol or something
Right.
at somebody with a rifle.
Right.
That's like,
Like
what
combat.
do you
huh?
mean combat free?
I started the game and you like were talking to this woman in a hotel, and then you're kind of a creep, and so she went into a room and you had the option to like break it down and like
Right.
do really bad things.
Ooh.
And I was
Oh.
just like, what the fuck is it? Yeah,
Oh my God.
it gets
Okay.
dark. In fact, like I don't know if you can stream this. I need to go look at this. Like it is
That jeez.
you can make some very controversial choices in this, I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah, I could have kicked the door in, and I think things could have gotten physical.
I mean, I've been banned before.
was
It's
like, oh,
okay.
shit,
It's
dude.
fine. It's a rite of passage.
You can take one. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh man,
The next one on the list, we all know very well.
never heard of it.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Well,
I fully
I'll
agree.
beat that by 2030.
isn't that from like 20 years ago? I don't
Stop it,
understand.
guys. I fully agree. This game is a must
No.
play.
It's a game from the future. It's
Oh,
2024.
I
It's
remember
2077.
being
Out
a
yet.
freshman in college, seeing the trailer for the first time.
True. Yes.
So I've been waiting for this guy to come out,
Yes.
and it's been really fun so far.
I was a very naive young man thinking this would work well on my Xbox One.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I was so excited for this game to come out, and I was like, what the fuck? I would run into, I didn't realize like it was bad,
Right.
and I didn't realize just how bad everything was, because I'd run into like, around a corner, and then I'd stand there for 10 seconds and then watch all the assets slowly like pop and load in, and it's like, oh
Oh,
my god.
jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And
Yeah,
then
no,
like
I
the
knew this one was
characters,
gonna be a
the
PC.
NPCs, I'm like, I might as well be playing fucking Roblox right now. I was so fucking mad. And then I bought it again on my PC when I got it. I bought that shit twice.
Nice.
Nice.
Good.
You loved it so much.
You
See?
single-handedly made Phantom Liberty for us. Thank you.
That's right.
You're welcome. I hate it here.
I
Man,
appreciate it.
This next series, isn't there like 7 games in the Yakuza series?
Yeah, there's quite
Probably,
a few. Yeah.
I've seen some people play it, but what's the appeal to it? Do you guys know? Like, what's the draw?
It's just beat 'em up
Is
up
that-
games.
Was that what it
I mean, I think isn't it kind of like a GTA style game?
is? It
Like, is it more of an open world like that, or is it more story driven?
I think
guess
it's
I
more
don't know.
story driven, but it's kind of like Street Fighter, but you've got more movement,
okay? Okay,
and
So
the
it's like
combat's
a
little
fighting
more fluid.
game like that. Then.
yeah,
Right, yeah. At
RPG
least from what
fucking
I've seen
fighting
of it.
game.
I haven't played it, so I don't know. But that's
See, I always
yeah.
thought it was like an open world, like kind of like a GTA style game, and I'm like, I could see the
It could
appeal
be.
to that.
another game series that I've never really played is the Persona games.
Oh, yep.
Did you guys?
Yeah, never played them. I've heard of them.
Yeah, same. Dyslexic, you played them? You're like, yep.
No, my friend plays them. He's real big into those.
What are they
so-
like?
It's kind of like your standard RPG. I think you run around as one of the characters and go through their individual stories.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it might be like Pokemon or whatever, where you get into a fight and then it becomes like turn-based.
Sure.
I can't remember. It's been a minute.
I think we can all skip over the next one because I don't think any of us own a Switch, right?
No.
The Fire The Fire Emblem series. Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know Switch.
right.
It is supposed to be a good series, though.
Yeah. But the last one on this list is a game that I think Schmidtty does not like at all.
Yeah,
really?
never.
I don't think
I beat that on stream
I don't
last
think he's
year.
ever been a fan of the Witcher series. The Witcher
Yeah,
3
I-
Wild Hunt is.
It does seem to be a little outside of his comfort zone.
I think one of the best games out there. It's one of the best
Oh,
RPGs
100%.
I've ever played.
And even like replayability and everything, it's just a fucking great game.
Yeah.
And the DLCs are probably some of the best DLCs, you know, to come out in video
Yeah.
games.
Oh, especially Blood and
just
Wine.
as well.
100%.
And story wise, yeah, there's
Yep.
amazing top tier.
There was one NPC, I think it was the Blood and Wine DLC for that game.
Yep.
But you talk to this woman and she's like, you know, sick or whatever, has a couple years to live and says she's going to go travel the world. But if you actually wait, if you go 3 years later in the game and go to that same spot, you'll find her in the town dead. It was one of the last like Easter eggs that was
Oh, wow.
for people to find. There was a big article about it about 2 years ago, that it was like the last Easter egg in Witcher 3, where it was like this NPC, if you go on that exact same day 3 years later, she will return to town, but you'll find her lying dead because she was, you know, when she went away, she was like, I'm sick and I want to go explore before I die. And then yeah, you'll find her body there.
Interesting.
Huh.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now you got to replay it.
You're right. There we go. So we're going to co-stream, right, Schmidtty? We're going to play through it again.
Yeah, let's do it. That'd be awesome if it allowed.
Dyslexic, you got a topic for us here, bud?
Yeah. You know, just, being a pseudo between jobs. I watched a lot of Suicide Squad today from a bunch of different streamers and seeing how different people played it. It does seem enemy type wise, it is a little samey, but other than that, like, it does look like fun. I think the only big complaints that I would have from it, I would have to agree with a lot of the people playing, is it kind of holds your hand a little too long. So they were going through the storylines and slowly unlocking things that they played with in the tutorial. So it was kind of like, why go through the tutorial and then lock you out of those items? But a lot of cutscenes, but a good story, and the action's fun and really fluid once you get everything down. It looks good.
Does it play like?
I think I'm going to pick it up.
Today.
Does it play like Spider-Man?
Some of the characters, yeah, for sure.
I saw there was one guy, I don't know whether it was
Harley
Bullseye,
Quinn would be the
he had a
closest to
jetpack
Spider-Man.
and was like able to fly around a bit and stuff, and I was like, okay, that's giving me some Anthem vibes, you know.
Yeah, Deadshot flies around, and King Shark or whatever is basically kind of like a Hulk. He jumps through the air really high, and then he can kind of dash forward while he's in the air. And then the boomerang guy has Speed Force powers, so he can teleport to his boomerang for movement and stuff.
Like the Marvel Avengers game came out and just be absolute garbage. Like, it's okay on day one, but
I liked that game at first.
Well, I know. Yeah, at first, I was just about to say, like, it was good for like a month, and then all of a sudden,
camera angles,
like,
from my experience with that game, the camera angles on this one are a lot better, and the combat is
I really liked Marvel's Avengers. But it's the end game. It's like the same 3 dungeons the whole time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like no matter where you're at on the map, you still get like into the same like 3 or 4 dungeons on repeat. That was where
same way with Destiny.
That's where it lost it, I feel.
So this did have like different mini games and stuff, like the Joker riddles and things like that from the Arkham series that are just kind of out there, and then you all kind of group up if you're playing with other people, right, in the same spot to like trigger those quests or those storylines and go through those. So they're and it's in like an open city, and you just kind of go from place to place wherever those items happen to be or whatever those quests open up. So it's a little bit more free movement than that.
Yeah, I saw Shroud streaming it earlier, and I kind of watched him for a little bit, and that's where I was like, oh, so it's like Spider-Man style gameplay, because he was Harley Quinn, and his movements and like what it looked like combat wise, I'm like, oh, so it's like a Spider-Man type, combat game, but
and then once you hit end game, a whole nother tier of like special abilities open up to you too, from my understanding. So you start out with like 3 tiers of offensive, defensive, and like specials. And then another one will actually open up once you beat the story. So
I think too, with the enemy variety, It's probably because is it full launch now, or is it still early access?
No, this is like the pre-order early access.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
it's
I'm sure
it's
like
in
the next
supposedly
major
finished
update
state.
or whatever may introduce
Yeah.
like more enemy variety. You know what I mean? Kind of something to build on.
Yeah.
Or
When do
I
we
didn't
fight
actually
Superman?
check.
That's what I want to
but
know.
Say what?
What's that?
When do we fight Superman? That's what I want to know.
He's probably the last boss. To be honest, I didn't see anybody make it to him. So yeah,
Kick Batman's ass.
that's right. There was a Batman, and it was pretty awesome scene.
Yeah,
it was pretty awesome.
It's definitely something. I hope it comes to Game Pass so I can check it out.
Yeah, you can wait for it for Game Pass.
I would definitely.
I'll
Definitely want to check it out. I still haven't checked out Gotham Knights either.
Wait, didn't you play that?
No, I have it on Game.
I tried streaming it.
I have Game Pass, and I just haven't checked it out yet.
So Far Cry 6.
I swear, I thought you tried streaming it and it didn't work out or something.
Nope.
I don't know who it was then.
All right, guys, we got some community questions coming at you as always. Anybody in chat too, in case you are interested in dropping us any questions, be sure to join any of our Discords, any of our Twitch streams, and kind of let us know what questions you'd like to have. The first one is, if you could switch lives with an animal for a day, what animal would it be? Okay, dyslexic.
You have one guess.
Don't look at me like that. You would not. You legitimately would not pick an octopus. You would not.
I would.
Be in the dark ocean by yourself?
What do you mean? Most of them are on the coast, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, you're not going to be a big one then. Okay. You're just going to be. There's going to be a little small, dinky one.
If you want to be a big one. But yeah.
All right, but for real, you would pick octopus?
Yeah, I would. I think it'd be awesome. I can go pretty much anywhere. I've got defenses.
Sure.
I'm a predator.
Yep.
I'm not a prey animal. Like, I don't have to worry too much.
Sure.
Like, yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay.
You can change it to whatever I want.
Things that eat octopuses.
There are, but it's significantly less than fishies.
Yeah. We'll give you that.
Yeah.
Your intelligence saves you.
Exactly.
Schmidtty, what about you?
I think it'd be fucking awesome to be like a big ass eagle.
Damn.
And just fucking soar around, like dive down and grab a fish out of the fucking water, dude, and eat it. That'd be super fun. And then my funny answer would be a vulture. Because I heard once that vultures have a bald head because they stick their heads up an animal's butthole when it dies.
Oh,
and then eat from the inside out.
Are you serious?
No, seriously. I heard, and again, I
love that.
me. Somebody like I heard this, that it was like the reason that like the vultures have the ball. I mean, when you think about it, like it's like when ants go to eat a dead organism or something, like they go ears, eyes, like soft tissue, and the butt, soft tissue. And so it was like this way they don't, get their feathers all fucking dirty, they can shove their head right up there and just start eating from the inside out.
Evolution, baby.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful thing.
Unbelievable.
So actual answer, eagle. Funny answer, vulture to eat ass.
Damn.
I like it. All right, Mr. J, what you got?
Oh God, I'm going to channel my inner fat kid here, and I would love to be a panda.
Oh,
just
say hippo.
I was going with turtles, man. Honestly,
so, just sit there and eat all day. You know what I mean? And like, it's just not that it's good for you, but like the pandas just do it, and like that's their life.
Well, yeah, because what they eat has no nutritional value, and they have to constantly eat to eat enough to survive.
Hey, stop ruining my animal, all right?
Okay. I'm diminishing your experience. Okay, that's my bad.
So,
that's my beat.
Truth be told, I had to switch on the fly because I was gonna say eagle, like being able to fly around and go whatever. I'm like, I can't say the same thing he said. That's why I had to switch on the fly. That's what I was like,
it was a good switch. It was a good switch.
The man or fat kid would be a panda.
Or like a blue whale or like, a sperm whale, something where again you could like dive way down in the ocean and fight a giant squid and shit.
But then I'd be afraid dyslexic would attack me.
I would.
Dude, he's a tiny octopus.
You're right. Tiny one.
Tiny.
Man, the next question Next
Let's
question we
see
got
that
for us,
octopus
gentlemen.
coming a mile away with all them light bulbs on his shirt, dude. He ain't hiding from no one. Is that your like active camouflage or like what is it, the chlorophyll or whatever the fuck, chromatophores or whatever?
Chromatophores, yeah.
Change color.
Yep.
Next question we got for us, gentlemen, is what is the weirdest dream you have ever had?
Weirdest?
Weirdest dream you have ever had.
Oh. I mean, I've had a couple. I can't recall it exactly, but it's definitely one of those things where it's like deja vu. Because like something happens in real life and you're like, I literally dreamed this like 6 months ago.
Right.
So I'd say stuff similar to that. But I've had some pretty weird like lucid dreams where I'm like doing jet skis in a pool and just like backflips in a jet ski in a pool, and that's just like I ain't got that money.
Right.
I'm no billionaire. I'd
Right.
say those would probably be the weirder dreams.
Right.
Oh, really? I was gonna say, when I think of like impactful dreams, the one that comes to mind is more of a scary dream than a weird dream. But a weird dream. So there's a guy who kind of transferred to the store I work at, and for some reason we ended up like, you know, going out to like a Perkins style restaurant, and we were like going to go out to eat, and we ended up getting in like an argument about something, and I was like, I'm just going to fucking leave without paying and make you pay for it. I just basically got up and was like, whatever, dude, like fuck you, I'm out. And I made him pay for my meal. And then like I remember getting home, and then I felt so bad that I made him pay. And I remember I went to work the next day. I was like, I'm so sorry, dude, man. Like I didn't mean to do that. Here's some money. But I did have a dream one day. You guys remember the Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah.
Like back in the day with those like kind of dogs or whatever they're
Oh,
called.
yes. Yep.
So I had a dream one night that I like, you know, woke up. It was the middle of the night, and I had to go to the bathroom, and like literally right across my hall, like I opened my bedroom door, and the bathroom is just right on the other side of the hall. And I opened up the door, and like Slimer was right there.
Yeah.
And then it like saw me and then kind of like ran away downstairs. And so I go like follow it. And we you know, have a basement door that was like, you know, right underneath the stairs going. So you could go downstairs, go around, and then go down to the basement. And I remember I could hear something in the basement. And so I was like, I'm going to go check that out. And I go down there, and like the two dogs had like tore up like 2 or 3 of my brothers and sisters, like had eaten them.
Oh my
There was like body parts everywhere and shit and blood. And they looked at me, and that's when I woke up.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest dream I've ever had.
Jesus.
That's a good one.
Otherwise, I used to have a lot of flying dreams, like 3-4 days a week, where I could like fly. But have you guys ever had flying dreams? You end up like swimming through the air instead of like actual flying, or it's like,
And then I wake up and my arms hurt. Yeah.
yeah, right. All eight of his arms.
That's right.
All 8. Man, so like my weirdest dream has kind of been like a horror movie type of thing, where like I'm running for my life or people are dying around me or whatever. But like the thing that made it the weirdest is I would wake up, right? Like I would do it with whatever was going on in the dream. Like I'd be scared or whatever, then I'd wake up. But then when I would go back to sleep, I would literally go right back into the dream. Like I couldn't escape it.
Oh. So you would just hit all right on pause when you went back to
right
sleep?
And that's why I was
Ooh.
like, oh my god, like that
Ooh.
night, like I would wake up a couple times throughout the night, and then it's like no matter when I'd fall back asleep, like I would just pick up not necessarily right where I left off, but like in the dream again. And I'm like, can't I just like change my mindset? Like what is going on here? But it's just your typical like horror movie, you know, like you're running for your life, killers after you, like people are dying around you.
Yeah.
So it's just like that fear of being chased. Right. But like I would wake up and then go when I went back to sleep, I'd be right back into the dream again.
That's awful. Yeah.
So it's like I remember that. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna take NyQuil and then just sleep through it.
Yeah, right.
You guys ever have the ones where like say it's like getting closer to Christmas or something, there's something you like really want, and then like in your dream it's like you have it or somebody gives it to you, and you like open it up and you're like messing with it and you're like playing with it or whatever, and you're like, wow, this is great, and then you wake up and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go grab that. Oh shit, it's not.
I don't have that.
Yeah. I've definitely had those types of dreams. But like in your dream, it's like you have something like that you've wanted, and you're just like, yeah, I have it, and you're so happy, and then you wake up and you're like, I hate my life. I don't have this.
Don't have that.
This sucks. I want to go back to bed.
Yep. Yep. Another question we got for us, guys, to the community is, what's your wildest or your most embarrassing thing that you've ever done that no one knows about? Wildest or most embarrassing thing? Or maybe I guess that we just don't know about of each other.
I rooted for the Niners in the last game.
How dare you?
Ooh.
How dare you? God. While you guys are thinking, mine, I was down in Arizona, had some friends over, we're playing drinking games, we're playing bags, cornhole, like whatever. So obviously an inebriated night, and we put a bet. So like it was me and my buddy, and then we each had a girl there. We made a bet. Loser had to go streaking. Okay. We're in our apartment complex, and I ended up losing that game. And my buddy who made the bet with me, right? My buddy who made the bet with me made it like joking, like didn't think I'd actually follow through. But like I'm drunk at this point, so I'm like, well, I lost. So I literally stripped naked and ran around my apartment complex, like the building, It wasn't like I wasn't like down the street, but it was just around like my apartment building on the outside, not the inside. So I did that, right?
How much for you to do that around my house?
For free right now. But luckily nothing became of it because I could get indecent exposure for that. Like looking back on it now, I'm like, oh, that's probably not a good decision.
Yeah, and as a teacher, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But I wasn't a teacher then. You know what I'm saying? So like I was still just out of college.
So it was fine.
Like,
it was okay.
I was just out of college. I was working at a restaurant. I was a server. Like I just moved to Arizona. I was only there a couple months. So I wasn't a teacher yet. But if I would have had that on my record, I would have never been a teacher.
Yep.
Right.
So that was probably my wildest thing.
At a correctional facility, maybe.
Maybe.
I like that.
What about you guys though? Wildest or most embarrassing?
I would say wildest. Probably doing a similar thing but with dice and then using loaded dice to make sure I won.
You cheater.
Yeah. It was worth it.
How much you win?
I won a show. What do you mean?
Oh, he got somebody else naked. Let's go.
That's right.
Oh, that boy.
Attaboy.
I've been playing this game all wrong.
See?
Why do I want to play dice with him right now? What about you, Schmidtty?
So I'm actually going to do a wildest and most embarrassing because my stories have stories at this point in my life. In true Iowa fashion, good old redneck days for myself. The wildest thing I've probably ever done is going deer hunting drunk while in the back of a truck driving down a gravel road at 60 miles an hour and shooting at deers in the back of a truck going 60, 70 on a gravel road.
Yeah.
Well inebriated.
Did you hit the deer?
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I didn't.
Okay.
But my buddy that I went to high school with, he was like a 4-time national champ with the rifle.
Oh wow.
The 300, 600 no scope and 1,000-yard scoped, like shooting prodigy, man. And we used to get really, really wasted and go out deer hunting. And that was probably the wildest things that I remember doing. The most embarrassing, poop's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
So, you guys have probably heard me say, like, I did in elementary when I was, I was sick and I ended up like pooping my pants and I didn't want to like go home right away. And so I like sat with it for like an hour or two before like it clearly caught on to what was going on.
Sure.
But I've told that story. So, some people might have known that, heard that, but in middle school, I know during wrestling, there was a time where I was really constipated and I had just like a giant fucking dookie. Okay. And, I didn't even want to try to flush it because it was just, I knew it was going to end bad. So I just left it. I got in, I did my business and I got the fuck out. Okay.
Yes.
And I remember somebody came in the wrestling room like 15 minutes later and they were like, oh my God, dude, there is the biggest shit in the toilet in there. And I was like, oh, really? Wow, that's like weird. Who could have done that?
You need like
I
a
have
coat
never
hanger to
told-
like break it up.
I have never told that story before. I've never told that story before.
Clip it. Somebody clip it. Send it to his friends. Send it to his high school friends.
So middle school janitors, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Things happened.
I love it. Man, the last question to lead us off tonight, Torque1369 in chat asked, why are all three of us such pretty boys?
Maybelline.
Maybe we're born with it.
I wasn't born with it.
You know, it's really hard sometimes being this incredibly good looking.
Yo.
It's the beard.
It is
Something you guys know
100%.
nothing about.
I mean, that's kind of like a
All
beard on
tentacles
him.
kind of go that way,
Yeah.
you know. I
Yeah.
kind of like a beard.
I can get one. It's just it's patchy.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Feel you on that, man.
Can't be any worse than that guy.
You stop that.
I
Gentlemen,
say
anything
so,
else?
Brian.
Anything else on your mind before we head out into New World tonight?
I think I've embarrassed myself enough.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, thanks for tuning in, you guys. I
Get
appreciate
to
you
it.
being here. Again, Schmidtty32 and myself welcoming our good friend Dyslexic on the podcast tonight. And every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, we got a new recording, new episode, bringing you all the new and layest updates and highlights and talking about all the things and the stuffs. So be sure to drop that follow at twitch.tv/DyslexicOctopi, Schmidtty32, and Mr. J. Gilbert. And we will see you next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time.